Good morning, folks, and thanks for joining me. And I think I want to have some time to sit with you and share with you a little bit about suffering and hope. And in this time where our primitive brain is working in an anxious environment with COVID, it is like white noise that is constantly happening, perhaps in our psyche. And white noise is something that isn't in the foreground, but it's constant. It's in the background, as you know, and it can affect how we're feeling. And in that, I've also had paralleled with that, and paralleled with trying to figure out a little bit more what I might have to offer in a purpose in life. And I don't think I'm alone in any of those things, because I think we're all somewhere on this journey in life together that way. And it would seem that I'm being drawn to both suffering and hope. Well, that's a constant in life as well. And anybody who's lived past 18 probably knows that. But I'm very curious about it, and my reading has brought me to a different sort of theological level of hope and of suffering. So I offer to us that I don't know anything about either of them, perhaps, but I'd like to be a conversation starter on it. And hope that I've been reading about this week is about a mystical hope. And by mystical hope, it is different than that of, I hope by the end of the day I feel satisfied and tired and that I've put in a good work day, or I hope that at the end of the year my bank account has whatever. So it's a hope that is separate to outcome, and that I might begin to understand it and parallel it for your and my conversation to say that hope perhaps is like joy is to happy. So we can be happy, and that is fickle, and it is trite, and it comes and goes with circumstance. The river of joy, 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 deep down in my heart, is there constant if we can tap into it. And I'm a great believer in that because of my own journeys of loss and healing. And in our deepest, most hurt and shattered moments, there is still a river of joy in my experience, and I offer that as hope today. But in hope, we can hope for an outcome that is fickle, and it is fleeting, and is like happy. It is connected to circumstance. But as Eastern theologies might teach us more, there is a mystical hope that and the mystical Christians way back when would say that hope is something that is more constant, that is deep, deep down inside of us. And some would call that just the human spirit. And I think we see so much of that in the world today, with the Italians using fishing rods and champagne glasses to clink their glasses with their neighbors across the street. When we see spontaneous acts of kindness, when we see a little less hoarding and a little more giving, a little less hoarding and a little more trust. That's that deep, constant river of hope, I think. And suffering, perhaps, I feel a lot of suffering today for the world and for myself and for the stage that we're in. But that kind of suffering is on the surface. There's a deeper kind of suffering that is very private to the person themselves, and perhaps only shared with them and their own higher self, or energy, or vibrations, or God, or guide, or universe, or any of those words that we give to the other that walks in this life, that allows us to know that we are an entity that is self-aware. And that kind of suffering is the very deep kind that's within all of us, that we actually don't share with other people. And that's been my journey this week, and that's what I'm wanting to share with you. And there's a song by Tom Cochrane, and it is titled, forget the title right now. And it has helped me heal in my shattered moments. And it speaks perhaps today to my heart, and I wanted to share it with you. So I guess I will need to look that up and offer it in a separate YouTube here shortly. And I hope you take a minute. Oh, Take a Deep Breath by Tom Cochrane if you want to look up the lyrics and if you want to have a sit down and a listen to it. Take a deep breath and know how valuable and how beautiful you are. And tap in to our deep currents that are available to us at all times for both our refining moments and our teachings and our learnings, for our empathetic states, and for also this time of white noise. So I hope some of this is intriguing to you. It's not meant to be clear. It's meant to be curiosity building and conversation starting and a visit that's never over. Till next time, blessed be. Thank you for listening.